Okay, let's talk a little bit about UFO whistleblowers in the upcoming UFO disclosure event. So get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Yeah, a lot of people are still talking, and deservedly so, about Randy Anderson and his appearance on Jesse Michaels, this former Green Beret who was taken to an underground facility and shown some alien stuff. Great video on Jesse Michael's program. I've linked to it before and talked about it before. Highly recommend you check it out. A lot of people are wondering, well, is Randy on the level? And there's been pushback and people bringing up, his past and using that to discredit him. But there's a lot of people rallying around him as well. So let's get into that and let's talk about other UFO whistleblowers in the upcoming UFO disclosure, which I've heard is still going on. The Stephen Greer, presumably associated UFO disclosure event where this whistleblower is going to come forward, or even multiple whistleblowers. I've heard something big is going to drop Friday or over the weekend. We'll see if that pans out, of course. I do want people to be respectful of whoever comes forward, as well as Randy Anderson, because I'm always reminded of this meme. The UFO community, we need more whistleblowers. Why is nobody coming forward? Also, the UFO community, when new whistleblowers go public. He clearly lied. That's too true. And, it's interesting because we owe it to ourselves to examine. We owe it to everybody to examine whistleblowers that come forward and not accept everything at face value. But at the same time, we should try to be respectful of these people who are in some cases likely risking their lives, certainly their reputations, by coming forward. Well, most of these people have very little, if anything, to gain by coming forward, and we do them a disservice and ourselves a disservice by having knee-jerk reactions, calling them crazy or a psyop or whatever. I think it'd be much more helpful to everybody to treat them respectfully and take their information seriously, again with respect. Jesse Michaels is saying, two things are clear to me. Randy is who he says he is. He's an American war hero and former firefighter who deserves our respect and to be heard. And two, he's being honest about what he experienced. If anyone can definitively disprove either of these things, then I will quit making videos immediately. Once you get past these two checkpoints, you reach two basic options around interpreting Randy's experience. One, Randy saw advanced human technology and the instructors present tried to spin it as off-world in some bizarre psychological operation, or to see if the trick would work on a credentialed weapons expert. Randy openly and explicitly speculates himself that this is possible on our podcast. He's extremely straight up about this as a possibility. If you have any substantive points in favor of this theory, we are all ears. Beyond the off-world technology sign being a placard, which if Randy was lying, he could have easily said the words were engraved when I gave him an opening. But this is a valid viewpoint that any reasonable person should be open to, and that we are open to as well. 2. Randy was shown non-human tech meant to be kept secret. As a highly cleared 18 Bravo weapons expert, the instructors present wanted to see what he could figure out. SAIC, the company likely involved, a very known contractor in the weird science space that's engaged in many documented studies around mind-matter interactions. Psychotronic technology, and likely has been involved in legacy UAP efforts, was testing Randy's understanding of the tech and his psionic or mental connection to it. There are many analogs to this story in UAP world if you do a little digging. Yeah, like the Chris Bledsoe example where Tim Taylor showed him that alien tech and he had a interaction with it. Both 1 and 2, Jesse says, are extremely interesting options, obviously worthy of both initial coverage and further investigation. I don't really see any way around that. beyond psyched for UAP GURB's follow-up, which will take down some of the lazier critiques and further corroborate this story. Yeah, I'm excited for that too, and others are coming to the defense of Randy as well. Mike Herrera joined the chat on this morning's video. Love Michael Herrera, one of my favorite UFO whistleblowers. Had him on the show. Go check out that interview. He says, regarding Randy's situation, first off, he's human just like everyone else. Veterans run into stuff like that, such as alcohol or drugs. Nothing new. They slam Grush with stuff on PTSD. Secondly, Randy went through the same channels in DC, Arrow, SIC, SAS, that I did. And one member of the Senate Intelligence linked him and I together to see if anyone I know may know what Randy was exposed to. I can't personally verify Randy's experience, but everyone acting like their shit doesn't stink and point the finger at him is just dumb. None of it has anything to do with his experience. I thought that was really interesting. Not only his point, which is totally valid, but that Randy went through the same channels in DC that Mike Herrera did. And one member of the Senate Intelligence linked him and Mike together to see if anyone Mike knew may know what Randy was exposed to. I thought that was really interesting. So yeah, Randy has been through the gamut. He's been through the DC gamut. I thought that was really interesting. Mike also said, I know the people coming forward and they aren't Green Berets. And this is in response to my question. It's kind of strange if, Stephen Greer's whistleblower comes forward and this is another Green Beret. How likely is it, how weird is it that we're going to get multiple Green Berets coming forward with information in this timeline? It's just odd. And on the heels of the Tesla bomber, too, also a Green Beret. Well, Mike is correcting me. He says, I know the people coming forward, talking about Stephen Greer's whistleblowers, and they aren't Green Berets. The confusion is that he's working with some in a capacity I can't disclose, so people are linking to that and thinking it's Green Berets coming forward. Let's just say I'll be vindicated this week. Can't wait for that, Mike. Can't wait. Mike also says, I want people to really chew on what's about to drop. Just so we are clear, these are guys who've been helping Greer too. So everyone's saying Greer's ass is on the line. Who the hell are you to begin with? You don't have skin in the game like we do, and people get murdered over this stuff. So they will do it as safe as possible. They told Greer the timeline just like the other people they are working with. Greer's just the mouthpiece at that point. Yeah, and Mike is so right. People have been taken out over this historically, decades and decades. The control group is brutal in their suppression of UFO information. If these people are genuinely coming out of that group or with information from that group, then they deserve all the kudos in the world for being brave enough to come forward. That's just, that's monumental. That's historic. That's insane. If that happens, that would be allowed to happen and that they have the stones to get it done. Yeah, and he's responding to other comments. The whole thing is very complex. Lives are at stake and it will be worse with what drops. It's going to be hard for people to accept at first, but this is the first domino to fall. Others will come forward after seeing this happen. I wish we were well past the point of it because I can concentrate on my work and business and not lose money having meetings in DC or elsewhere. I said, thanks for your sacrifices. And I think that's the end of his comments at the moment. But yeah, so Mike, it sounds like is in an ongoing process in DC, along with Randy and others, trying to get this information out there. So I'm really excited to see what drops. Does this have anything to do with what James Fox has been saying?
We are living in unprecedented times. There is a current effort happening right now, today, a push, unprecedented push for transparency on this issue. It's gotten the attention of lawmakers, household names, intel folks. There's whistleblowers coming forward. I'm told somewhere between 8 and 12 first-hand witnesses. Everyone's saying they want firsthand. Grush was not a firsthand witnesses that have met in skiffs behind the scenes, Kirk McConnell, former Senate Armed Service Committee staff member, talks about it in the program. It's happening. Be patient. Continue support. This story is going to be huge.
Okay, well, so does that have anything to do with the UFO disclosure event that may happen later this week or over the weekend? Let me know what you think, if that's in any way part of that. Others are talking about this stuff as well. Jeremy Corbell is talking about a whistleblower who could have been part of the last UFO hearing. And this is part of the new season of UFO Revolution. Yeah, go check it out on Tubi. Jeremy is saying there's a new whistleblower, and what that whistleblower has to tell is game changing. A new whistleblower has come forward. The information this whistleblower has is massive. I took the risk of walking a whistleblower into multiple meetings, Jeremy says, unannounced, and what that whistleblower provided. And that whistleblower provided documentation, verbal testimony about Immaculate Constellation. Really intriguing. I wonder if any of these whistleblowers that Michael Herrera and Stephen Greer are talking about are part of Immaculate Constellation. If they have any light to shed on that, if Immaculate Constellation may have been involved in any of the stuff that Michael Herrera has spoken about. Really, really interesting. And there's other people that have come forward alleging access to firsthand information, like Rear Admiral Timothy Gallaudet, who has spoken about directly interacting with people on the inside of the UFO control group.
So, and I am completely convinced, because I know the people who were in the government programs, the legacy programs that oversaw both the crash retrieval and just the analysis of UAP data.
So are any of those people coming forward? Because that sounds like Immaculate Constellation, since we know they were involved in tracking UFOs and also retrieving downed UFOs. There does seem to be a missing step in there, and that's the shooting them down part. You track them and then you retrieve them. Well, yeah, there's kind of a step missing, right? There's kind of an A and a C, but there's a B in there somewhere, right? But yeah, so, are any of these people that Timothy Gallaudet is talking about part of this disclosure initiative, or are they any of the whistleblowers coming forward? Anyway, let me know what you think about it all in the comments below. But I wanted to talk a little bit about these UFO whistleblowers that are coming forward. Some are connected to each other, I guess, and some are not connected to each other. Like Randy Anderson seems to be having his own set of information and his own experiences, not necessarily directly connected to the others. But I am still expecting and hoping that we will get these people coming forward in the very near future. Imminently. It's always imminently. But this is possibly more imminently than it has been before. I mean, we'll see when it happens. But I am, cautiously optimistic that we will get something big to drop either Friday or this weekend. But if it doesn't drop, it doesn't drop. Certainly not the first time we've been to that party, right? But let me know if you think the party will happen, or what you think we will get. Will it be the whistleblowers James Fox is talking about, or that Timothy Gallaudet has spoken to? What do you think about Michael Herrera's take on things? What do you think about Jesse Michaels' defense of Randy Anderson? Let me know what you think about it all in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, if I can avoid banging the armor of this thing, let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Smash the bell and all that kind of good stuff. There's t-shirts and stuff in the merch store. Become a channel member. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you so much. Meanwhile, there's plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.